Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor and today we are going to do something very fun. We are going to talk about all of the books I've read in the last 2 months. So for those of you guys that don't know, I typically tend to do these every 3 months, every quarter of the year, just because that's easier for me than trying to do this monthly. But because we're currently in the middle of middle grade March, which by the way is not going great. I'm trying to do all of my March reads separately because that should be a lot longer of a video. But today we are going to be talking about January and February for 2022. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so for January, I read about 7 books, which is exciting. I typically will average around 7 or 8 a month, usually, if I'm lucky. But this month was a really good reading month for me. I read some things that I'd been dying to read and some of my most anticipated books for the year, to be honest. The first one, which was Heartstopper Volume 4 by Alice Oseman. I'm obsessed with this comic graphic novel series, and it's getting turned into a Netflix show, which I just saw the trailer for, and I'm so obsessed. So for those of you guys that don't know, this is a super popular graphic novel series here on BookTube, but this is a graphic novel series following the romance of 2 lovely boys that live in England and just their dynamic and their friends and their life, and just it's so cute and adorable. So this is obviously volume 4, so I can't go too into this one without getting too spoilery, but again, I love their story. I love the continuation of this. The art style of it is just so precious and adorable. It's just so cute. So I'm obsessed with these. I will read every single one of them that comes out. That's probably one of my top 3 favorite graphic novel series I think I've ever read. So yeah, I'm obsessed with this. I love it. Obviously 5 stars. Next, another very excited book that I was so excited to read is Where the Drowned Girls Go by Seanan McGuire. This is part of the Wayward Children series by Seanan McGuire. I think this is like the 6th or 7th book in the series. I've read them all. I love them all. This is, again, another series that is like an automatic buy for me whenever I see that a new one is coming out, which typically these come out in January, so it's like a great way to kick off the year. This, again, because it's so deep into a series, is kind of hard to talk about, but this essentially follows a girl named Cora. So she ends up actually switching to a new school where there's a lot of different aspects to it that's different than the Wayward Children series school. So yeah, this was really cute. I love this so much. So yeah, I definitely recommend this series if you guys haven't checked it out, and this one was 5 stars as well. Okay, next, for a little bit of nonfiction, I read the Stonewall Riots by Gail P. Pittman. This is kind of a very interesting collaboration of different aspects of perspectives from the Stonewall riots that happened back in the 50 years ago, which is the 50th anniversary of the protests that launched the LGBTQ plus community or movement. And yeah, this was really interesting. It wasn't something going into it that I knew a whole lot about, to be honest. I liked it overall. It was a lot of mixed media. There was a lot of photos, which was really interesting. And yeah, overall, I think it's a really great book to read if you want to learn more about them. I will say the jumping in timeline was a little hard to follow at times because I'm not so familiar with the knights themselves. So that was a little challenging to kind of follow the series of events of what was kind of unfolding. So I did kind of have to stop and like reference back to earlier chapters, things like that. But yeah, overall, I thought this was really interesting and highly recommended if you want to learn more. So 4 stars. Okay, another nonfiction that I read. This is Single on Purpose by John Kim, the author of I Used to Be a Miserable Fuck. So this is a book that I really wanted to read. As you guys may have seen in a video that now is not on my channel, I've recently become single within the last few months for the first time in a very long time. And yeah, I've just been working really hard on finding myself and reading a lot of self-help. So this was actually a pretty good book. I really liked his emphasis on really kind of building a life for yourself before you incorporate someone else into it. There were a lot of really great takeaways. Near the end, it kind of lost me a little bit in just kind of where he was going with it. But the first beginning chapters, particularly, there was a spot that I tagged that was talking about Oh yeah, so he was talking about like just accepting the fact of being single and the fact that you really don't know when you're going to be in your next relationship, and that's okay. That doesn't take anything away from your current life status. And I just, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. I thought it was really interesting. And yeah, I think I ended up giving it like 3 or 4 stars. Okay, next, for a epic conclusion to another graphic novel series that I really enjoyed, that I do actually want to do a full reread now that I have the complete series. This is 5 Worlds, The Emerald Gate by a multitude of authors, if you can see down below. Main ones being Mark Siegel and Alexis Siegel. I really enjoyed this series. I kind of stumbled across it randomly on Book Outlet and really enjoyed it. Again, because I now have the full series and I had to wait kind of in between books to read the full series, I want to do a full graphic novel reread of the series because I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cute. The art style is beautiful. I could totally see this being like a show or like some kind of cartoon for kids. I think it was great. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, another anticipated final release, so 5 stars. Okay, and then to round out the month, I actually ended up reading these digitally, but then went and got the printed copies. This is Silence and Broken Silence by Natasha Preston. These are books I read way back in the day, again, on a digital ebook, like e-reader, and really enjoyed them. They're very, I think these are self-published books, but they're very, juvenile in kind of the style in which they're written, but I really enjoy just the series. It's about a girl named Oakley, and she ends up, when the book series starts, does not speak at all, and kind of reveals her relationship over the course of a few years and kind of why she's silent, and her dynamic with this guy Cole, who she's been childhood best friends with, and their relationship as it develops with her kind of issues of not speaking and things like that. So I really enjoy the series. Again, it's kind of cheesy, it's kind of cute, and there are trigger warnings in this, so please look these up if it is a series that you're interested in getting into. But yeah, I would recommend them. I think I gave these both 3 or 4 stars as well. I'm not great with remembering my ratings, but I enjoyed them for sure. Okay, next, let's talk about my reads for February. So as you guys know, I kicked off the month with going to Egypt, which derailed a little bit of my reading plans, but still very much a good time, enjoyed it. And this is also the month that I've started my Bridgerton series read. So I won't get fully into my feelings and thoughts about the series just yet because I do have a video coming. Can I say that in any more of my videos? But I do have a video coming where I'm reading the full Bridgerton series, my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions. And yeah, overall, this of course is The Duke and I, the first book in the series, which has obviously been turned into the Netflix adaptation. And I really enjoyed this, more than I thought I would. I think I ended up giving this 4 stars. So this book obviously focuses on Daphne and her relationship with Simon and just their loving, cute relationship. It's definitely like a secret lovers, are they really in love, and then they actually, obviously end up together. So it's cute. I'm excited about reading it. It was adorable, and I think I ended up giving it 4 stars. It was a good time. Okay, then whilst I was in Egypt, I ended up reading Death on the Nile by Agatha Christie. I still need to watch the movie, but this was a really cool series or book to read. I had never read Agatha Christie before. I'm really not like a murder mystery type of reader anyways, so this was kind of, I feel like, a good one to jump into. I'm like the perfect reader for these because I never know what's coming and I never see like any of it beforehand. So I thought that was really cool. I was like very like thrown by the twists and the turns, and yeah, I enjoyed it. I think it's, she's a legend, and I do have more of her books to read, so I think I am going to start kind of diving more into the world of Agatha Christie, which I enjoyed, and I think I ended up giving this 3 stars. So it was great. Not my favorite, most amazing book ever, but I really enjoyed it. Okay, next I read, of course, The Viscount Who Loved Me, the 2nd book in the Bridgerton series, and of course the star of season 2, which I am so thrilled for and so excited for. This of course follows Anthony, the oldest brother in the Bridgerton series, as he attempts to find a wife. I love this, and this was probably one of my favorite up to this point, so I'm so excited for season 2. But yeah, him and Kate's relationship is the best. It's definitely an enemies to lovers vibe for sure. But yeah, because the series is coming out, the new season, I'm not going to try and spoil too much of this, obviously, but I very much enjoyed it, and I think I gave this one 4 stars. So chef's kiss. Okay, then obviously continued my series read of the Bridgerton books. I continued on with An Offer from a Gentleman, which is Benedict's story, the second oldest brother in the series. And this was very cute and very unexpected. This is definitely a Cinderella-esque type of retelling, which I was loving because I love Cinderella retellings. So I really actually very much enjoyed this. This is actually tied with probably Anthony's story at this point for my favorite of the book series so far. But yeah, this, of course, this whole series is very cute. It's very adorable. It's very formulaic in certain dynamics of kind of how the stories tend to unfold so far. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cute. I loved it a lot. So yeah, highly recommend. Okay, and the last one that I very highly enjoyed was Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Lynn Tang. This is amazing. I loved this book. It is a chunk for stuff that I typically read, but I am so obsessed with this. I cannot wait for the second book in the series. And this follows a girl who is the daughter of the Moon King, and I don't know how to pronounce her name. The main character, Ji Yin. I'm probably horribly butchering that, so I apologize. But this, again, follows the girl who's the daughter of the moon goddess, and through an epic series of events, she basically has to come to the celestial kingdom, which is where all of these gods tend to reside, including the head of the celestial kingdom, or the emperor of the celestial kingdom, and just through an epic series, save her mother from destruction. And it's so good. The romance is amazing. There's definitely a love triangle, and it's one of those books that's so long you just have to sit in the world for a long time and really immerse yourself, and I very much enjoyed it. I really didn't know what I was getting into with it when we started, but I loved it. So 5 stars for sure. If you haven't read it, you need to. All right, friends, that is everything that I read for the months of January and February in 2022. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know down in the comments below what you guys were enjoying reading in January and February. I always love new recommendations and just chatting with you guys. So give this video a thumbs up if you did like it. Subscribe to see more of my face, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!